You guys, the Chicago Bears have a formerly unknown player that's just skyrocketing up the depth chart, and this is so much fun. What's up? This is Sports Talk Bears. I'm Sean. Like and subscribe. Love having you as part of the family here. And GM Ryan Poles has something special put together here, and we're starting to look at it. The Bears pass rush was in full force, and former seventh round pick Daniel Hardy, he played a big role alongside Austin Booker, and all the pub is going to Austin Booker, but there was a neutral zone infraction early, and he bounced back with a strong showing. And in fact, Hardy's stat line was absolutely identical to Booker's against the Bills this last weekend. 5 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, 2.5 sacks, 3 quarterback hits. One of those sacks came on 3rd and 15, and that held the Bills to a field goal. So it was an impact play. And we're also talking about a player that was looking to be a key rotational piece earlier in camp. And I'm talking about Jacob Martin. There is talk that with the injury that Jacob Martin, he might get cut in favor of Daniel Hardy. And it's just insane. And it's so cool when a transaction like this just works. Hardy's making a strong case for one of the final roster spots, and we're making a big deal out of Booker. Daniel Hardy needs to be talked about as well. And we're talking about a relative unknown, but it looks like, judging by his pro day after the 2021 season, a positional switch from linebacker to defensive end in college at Montana State. It's a small sample size, but totally possible, just possible, that the LA Rams, they gave up on him way too soon, and the Bears grabbed him, and they get to reap the benefits. And the Bears could have a rotational pass rusher to bolster this defensive lineman room for virtually nothing. And that, my friend, you guys know that's how winning teams are built. And once again, let's temper this. It is the preseason. It's a small sample size, but man, we might have a hidden gem here. And this is at a position on the roster that was originally looked at as being the biggest weakness. What are we going to do at right end? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And now we see Booker just absolutely exploding. And now we have a player like Daniel Hardy looking to get into the mix. And we've got DeMarcus Walker as well. I think we have a really nice right end room right now. And in a recent article on The Athletic, it talked through players making the Chicago 53, and it had this to say about Hardy. Seeing Hardy on special teams and practice with some of the regulars, that feels like a good sign for him. So he takes the spot once held by Martin. You're always looking for pass rushers, and now this performance on the field against the Bills may go a long way to cement his spot with the team. And it seemed to just come out of nowhere. This guy wasn't really on my radar at all. And if he was on yours to make this 53, I think you're either psychic, or I think you're more in the know than me. I think you might be lying. I mean, he was a good piece to bring into camp, but if you were to tell me that he was going to make the 53 and be an impact player, I wouldn't have believed you. So the Bears are continuing to show that the answers at right end and this whole front 7 pass rush, and I'm going to this story on heavy.com, these answers are already in the building. Sportsmockery.com, they detailed the book on this guy, and so does this story. It's like you're starting to find information on him everywhere. And in short, we're talking about a Montana State player, didn't make much noise his first 3 years of college, but then in 2021, it's like something clicked. He went nuts. 16 sacks, 24 tackles for a loss. Yeah, that's right. 16 sacks. He didn't get a combine invite, though, but he followed this huge year with a pro day workout that was pretty nice. A 4.640, a 40-inch vertical. I think my vertical is probably 10 inches, 22 bench reps. Now this is at 6'3" and 240 pounds. And this snuck him into the draft. He went to the Rams in the 7th round, and experts, they absolutely loved this guy's upside. They actually absolutely loved it. He was looking at it. He was looked at as a real diamond in the rough in this draft. He was drafted in the 7th, kind of snuck in, didn't develop his rookie year, got cut in camp. A couple years later, the Bears signed him to the practice squad, and now we get this. So is he a true find? I mean, I don't want to declare that yet. Let's follow him through the preseason, but it looks like there's some credible pass rushers at Hallis Hall now. Chroma, he flashed a little. Martin will be back after the injury possibly gets right and provide a little more. I don't know how bad that foot or ankle injury is. I haven't been able to find a specific status on that. But from this dude's profile on Montana State's webpage summarizing his time there, this was around the draft time. I just want to read through this. Hardy capped a 3-year Bobcat career with one of the finest defensive seasons in school history in 2021, and they acknowledged the position change. After moving from linebacker to defensive end for a senior season, Hardy earned second-team All-America, first-team All-Big Sky honors, started all 15 games, 1 tackle for a loss in every single game except 2, 24 and a half tackles for a loss. That was third most in school history. 16 and a half sacks was fourth most. His sacks total was actually 6th in all of college football, and his tackle for a loss margin was 9th. That's huge. Those are great stats. And let's finish with a little broader view of what was seen Saturday in just a minute. But you're looking at a guy, positional switch his senior year of school. Perhaps that kind of made it more difficult for him to catch on with the team, catch on his rookie season with the Rams. I mean, that's a difficult switch from linebacker to defensive end. But the athletic talent is there. The size is there. The length is there. The arms are there. All of these measurables that the Chicago Bears look for. And I can't help but be a little excited. You guys know me to be excited anyways, but let's table this. I think it is absolutely awesome. An unknown is probably going to make this 53-man roster. That's just crazy. So let's kind of do a broader view of Saturday. Star of the game on the defense was obviously 5th-round rookie pass rusher Austin Booker. He finished the game with 2.5 sacks, 3 quarterback hits, 2 tackles for a loss, 5 combined tackles. 4 of those, I believe, were solo tackles. The entire Bears building, they've been raving about Booker's development all summer, and his skills were on full display on Saturday. And this is to hear from Coach Flus. His ability to move surprises me. His ability to move in the pocket, adjust his arm angle, deliver good strikes. It's really impressive. He's exciting to watch. That's adding on to his statement about Booker. That's adding on to Caleb Williams as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Booker wasn't the only member of the defense that coordinator Eric Washington wanted to talk about. He wanted to talk about third-year edge rusher Daniel Hardy that I've been showcasing. Finished the game with 2.5 sacks. Once again, 3 quarterback hits. And Coach Flus, too. He's saying something here. Those guys got to ascend. They got to show that they can do it with the big guys. They're going a good job with one-on-ones when they're able to go against our starters. It was good to see them today get some production for sure in real game action. You also saw second-year defensive tackle Zach Pickens. Pass rusher Khalid Kareem made an appearance. Holy cow. Linebacker Amen O. I'm going to say O because I butcher last names. They all ended the game with a sack as well. This is just working out beautiful. And one player everyone was eager to see on the defensive line, that was second-year defensive tackle Jervon Dexter, developing into our 3-tech. Transformative offseason, came back in with essentially a new body. He did conditioning drills with the defensive ends and actually passed them. He was able to get into the backfield for a tackle. He also added a quarterback hit. So overall, we're looking at a strong showing by the whole Chicago Bears defensive front. They were led by their new defensive coordinator, making his first appearance in Buffalo after Chicago grabbed him. And also, I think this goes to show this dude is defensive coordinator, but Coach Flus, he's the one calling the plays. Honestly, he is their Coach Washington to coach up the defensive line. He is the best defensive line coach in the whole NFL. We are so blessed to have him. And just now we're starting to see some production from that, some fruit from that, which is absolutely cool. And it's just so much fun. So strong showing by the Bears' entire front, led by their new defensive coordinator, making his first appearance in Buffalo once again after being plucked by Chicago. And I don't know how you could not be encouraged by this. I think we're looking at also this defensive line as a finished product. Linebacker, we're great and deep. Defensive line, we've got some depth. Our secondary, I am seeing right now, is the best in the whole NFL. And if we're, hey, Presley, thank you. Sorry about that. Life with kids, dad life, right? And then you top that off with, we still have some cap space left. We get to spend it on the offensive line if we need to. I think we maybe waited a bit long to do so. But if we need some reinforcements on the offensive line, the money's there, and there's no distraction that it needs to be spent on another position like right end. And you guys let me know what you think. So encouraging, so cool that an unknown is making good. And I'll see you in the comments. This is an absolute pleasure to do this channel, and you guys are great. Bear down, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.